Lesson 8.3, Solve Addition and Subtraction Equations. Today you'll be learning to solve addition equations as well as subtraction equations. But first, let's begin with vocabulary. The first term is inverse operations. That is the operation that reverses the effect of another operation. In other words, you're doing the opposite. Let's say the opposite of adding, subtracting. The opposite of dividing, multiplying. In this case, we're going to focus on the subtraction property of equality. Pretty much states that if you're going to subtract something on the left, you have to do the same on the right of an equation. It pretty much keeps it balanced. With the addition property, it states the same thing, but with addition. If you're going to add on the left, you would have to do the same on the right. It's all about keeping balance or equality. First, let's focus on the subtraction property. If you look at the left side, just focusing on numbers, if I were to subtract 3 from that 5, it becomes 2. I have to do the same to the right side to maintain that balance. Now, if we look at it algebraically, x plus 2 equals 3. I want to keep that x all by itself. So I need to get rid of that 2. You do that by using inverse operations. You would do the opposite of adding 2. You would subtract 2. Then that makes it cancel out. But if you're going to do that to the left, you have to do it to the right. So your final answer would be x equals to 1. The same applies to the addition property, except this time you're adding. In the numbers section, in that example, if I'm going to be adding 3 to the left, I have to add 3 to the right. Same with algebra. If it's a subtraction problem, I have to do the opposite, which would be adding. And that would make it cancel out and you're left with x. But you have to maintain that balance. Do it to the right. And you end up with x equals to 5. If you were to put that 5 into the equation, the original equation, you'll see that it makes it true. 5 minus 2 is 3. In our first example, we've got 132 plus t equals 245.5. And if you need to, take the time to pause at any time as needed to take a look at the word problem and, read it carefully. Now, I would solve it by doing the opposite, the inverse. So I'm going to subtract 132 on both sides. And your final answer is t equals 113.5. So you're telling me pretty much that 113.5 minutes belong to Tariq. If you were to put that back into the original equation, you would see that it is a true statement. In the second example, we're talking about the age of people who have traveled to space. And they're trying to compare them using a subtraction equation, which is a minus 25 equals 52. Now, how do I solve that? By using inverse operations. So instead of subtracting, you'll do the opposite, which is adding. And I would do the same on the right side as well. So that gives you a equals 77. And by solving it, you find out that John Glenn, who was the oldest to travel in space, was 77 years old. And just to be sure, double check it. Plug in that 77 where the a used to be, and you will see that it is a true statement. As always, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and if you have any questions or comments or would like to share any thoughts, feel free to do so in the comment section below.